Hello, I'm Ravi Reddy, resident editor, The Hindu, Telangana. Uh, Today we are going to discuss about the 1 decade of formation of the state of Telangana, and the brief history of the state of Telangana formation, and the subsequent celebrations that are going to happen on June 2nd, 2024. So first of all, Telangana was part of Hyderabad state, and in 1956, when the state of Andhra Pradesh was created, it was merged with Andhra state to create Andhra Pradesh. And then the first sign of demand for creation of a separate state of Telangana cropped up in 1969. It was quite a violent agitation with lot of student community and the employees coming onto the streets and agitating for a separate state of Telangana. And it was suppressed, and then after a few decades, and in again 2001, Mr. K. Chandrashekar Rao, who was with the Telugu Desam party then, quit the party and started his own Telangana Rashtra Samiti to fight for the creation of a separate state of Telangana. That was again the scenario where the agitation for the separate state picked up, and all the universities across Telangana uh, really saw a lot of agitation for the creation of the state of Telangana, based on the charges that backwardness of the region and the neglect of the region, but the successive rulers of belonging to Andhra and the Rayalaseema region had done a lot of injustice to the region. So, and then slowly the slogan for a separate state of Telangana also picked up momentum, and it was visible when 2001 the local body selection TRS could get the outright backing of the people of the region, and it won local body elections in a big way, with uh, uh, many of the seats being elected as unanimous, and the leaders were elected unanimous and all that thing. And come 2004, when the elections for the assembly were held in Andhra Pradesh, uh, they had to forge an alliance with the Congress party, and the party could not do very well. But subsequently, after the death of Chief Minister Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy in 2009 helicopter crash in Kurnool district, the momentum for the separate state of Telangana again got ignited, and Mr. K. Chandrashekar Rao began a fast unto death in 2009 December, and this forced the then UPA government in at the center, headed by Mr. Manmohan Singh, to take a call on the creation of a separate state of Telangana. And an announcement was made on December 9, 2009, saying that the government of India is ready to create a state of Telangana. But then again, the next day, there was a lot of uproar from the uh, Andhra Pradesh leaders, and that led to the issue being on the back burner. But ultimately, in February 2014, the parliament had to take a decision, and a bill was passed in both houses of the parliament, and the state of Telangana was announced. And June 2nd became the day when the state of Telangana was created, and it was the youngest state in the country. And today with me are our political editor R. Ravikant Reddy, and the senior deputy editor Mr. M. Rajiv, who would be talking about the history of the creation of the Telangana state and the celebrations associated with the creation of the Telangana and 10 years of Telangana state. First, we'll go to Mr. Rajiv, who will speak about the significance of the creation of Telangana state and how in the last 10 years the state has developed on different fronts. And he will give it a brief insight into the issues that are concerning the state of Telangana, and also certain issues that are yet to be resolved between the state of Telangana as well as Andhra Pradesh. Mr. Rajiv, could you give some insight into that?
Yeah, I am Rajiv here, Senior Deputy Editor of the Hindu, Hyderabad. Telangana was formed on the appointed day, June 2nd, 2014, as a revenue surplus state. And the state continued to progress well in terms of several financial and economical parameters for the last 10 years, the revenue has increased significantly, and also the kind of, compliance from different sections to this tax payments and kind of things has increased enormously. But then the 10 years of Telangana formation saw a kind of investment go into some sectors which are yet to kind of give you some sort of returns. Like, the investment made in Kaleshwaram project, almost 1 lakh crore, 98,000 and odd crores borrowings for the project. The project is not yet able to give water to 1 acre, single acre in Telangana. The kind of public money that went into that project is one. And we have spent money on certain welfare schemes and all is fine. But then too much of welfare spending has seen that there is no capital expenditure for the last several years. But then, because of this buoyant capital city of Hyderabad, revenues continue to come and then sustain the economy for quite some time. And talking about Telangana, there are several associated problems in the bifurcation. We have unresolved issues from the bifurcation, the AP Reorganization Act, several sections of which are still to see the day of the light. Like, for instance, the central government has promised us several things in the Reorganization Act, like setting up a rail coach factory in Kajipet, an integrated steel factory in Bayaram, Khammam district, an IIM, and other institutions. Nothing has come so far. The only thing which you can see as of now is a tribal university assured in the Reorganization Act that started functioning last year. And the same is the case with, kind of assurances given relating to devolution of finances and kind of assistance in raising police forces. Section 9 of the Reorganization Act specifically says the center will help the successor state in raising its police forces. And then a financial assistance is also assured for setting up new operational hubs for, elite forces like greyhounds, but no information has been received 10 years after the formation of the state so far. And interestingly, the central government has deposited funds, revenues pertaining to, say, the centrally sponsored schemes into a common account of Andhra Pradesh, even after formation of Telangana. Then Telangana has made several representations saying, our share has gone to Andhra Pradesh. And then that issue is still pending, and it is almost 1,000 and odd crores still pending payment for Telangana. The same is the case with apportionment of several other institutions. The Sheila Bhide committee has given its recommendations pertaining to Schedule 9 and Schedule 10 institutions. Schedule 10 institutions per se have no mention about apportionment in the Reorganization Act. In the Schedule 9 institutions, which are basically government corporations and companies, there is an agreement about 46 out of the 91 institutions, broad-based agreement, and it's almost through. But there are still 39 institutions for which a consensus is evading. This has been a major thing, given the vast kind of assets and infrastructure attached with these institutions. The center should have intervened from time to time, but it has not. The other thing is, the kind of assets, continuation of facilities in certain institutions. There is no clarity. about particularly this Schedule 10 institutions, which are basically of training institutions nature. Uh, there is no clarity about this given in the Act itself. Then about the river water disputes. The Telangana state has filed a complaint with the Krishna Water Dispute Tribunal about its share of waters in the Krishna River. The Home Ministry has said, you go there, speak to the tribunal, and then the tribunal has given its orders, making AP and Telangana only as parties to the appeal, ignoring the presence of upper riparian states of Krishna and Maharashtra, Karnataka and Maharashtra, which are actually the main contenders to the share in Krishna waters. This way, there are several sections. You name it. Today, for instance, tomorrow is the last date for Hyderabad as a joint capital of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, common capital, as it is called in the Act. But then the AP government has started vacating its facilities from 2016 itself. There are about 56 institutions, 56 buildings, which are under the possession of AP government since 2014. The AP government started vacating its offices from here since 2016, and it was almost completed in 2019. But then these buildings remained unutilized. Buildings lying in prime locations of Hyderabad city, 56 buildings, but for 3 or 4, more than 50 of them are reaching a dilapidated condition. The Telangana government will have to now put up the bills for all these repairs and making these institutions, these buildings function like others again. And this thing is, the central government has assured one major demand from the two states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh together. The central government in section 26 of the Act has assured that the assembly seats in Telangana will be raised from 119 to 153 and 175 to 225 in Andhra Pradesh. This has been assured in the Act, but no step has been initiated so far in this direction. There was, of course, a mention of this promise in 2000, before 2018 election, because the election commission sought clarification about the 7 mandals which were handed over to Andhra Pradesh, much against the wishes of Telangana, to in support of demand from the neighboring state. But for that reorganization of 3 constituencies, the center has not taken any initiative to fulfill the promise of creating 153 constituencies in Telangana and 225 constituencies in Andhra Pradesh. 10 years have gone by.
Rajiv, you have been covering the state administration very closely in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So, can you recall the first celebration of the state formation on June 2, 2014, when the TRS chief minister saluted the impressive function held in Hyderabad? Can you give
Yeah.
us some information
Yeah.
about that?
That was like, June 2nd, 2014 was like a dream come true for lakhs of people of Telangana. And the celebrations were so befittingly organized that day. You remember those celebrations 10 years down the line. The way those celebrations were organized, the chant of pride of Telangana that was reverberating across the state, and the celebrations that went on in Hyderabad, each and every corner, nook and corner of the city, and had witnessed what it is like having a state of our own. And the same tempo has been missing for several years. And then, obviously, because of the elections in view, the previous government has started the 1 year long decennial celebrations. But these celebrations were actually no match to what was there in 2014 and even the next year to some extent, 2015, June 2nd.
10 years down the line, the celebrations this time, June 2, 2024, will be quite different and significant in the sense that the Congress party has come to power after losing two successive elections in 2014 and 2018. This time, under the leadership of Revant Reddy, the Chief Minister of Telangana, the government has planned elaborate celebrations, and it has added glitter to the celebrations by inviting former AICC President Ms. Sonia Gandhi for the celebrations, where she is going to be the chief guest. And the Congress party has also uh, planned an elaborate grand programs for the entire day across Telangana, Hyderabad capital, as well as the 33 districts of the states. We get more information on how the Congress government is going to make it as a memorable one. Ravikant Reddy will give us more information on the celebrations that are lined up on June 2.
Hello and good evening, everyone. The celebrations will be held 2 days from today on June 2nd. It's going to be a grand affair. But before discussing these 2024 June 2 celebrations, let's go back to the celebrations of 2023, a year before, when Mr. KCR was the chief minister. And there was a lot of discussions about the early celebrations because Telangana completed just 9 years in 2023, and the opposition parties criticized him for going ahead with the decennial celebrations just because with an eye on elections, because 2023 was an election year and he wanted to make full use of it politically, and that is why he started the celebrations. And obviously the Congress government now is in power in 24, and they say these are right celebration, the right decennial celebrations, and they are using every opportunity of it to make it big, to ensure that every mark of the Congress party and the Congress government is seen on the celebrations. First of all, it's going to be very different celebrations because Ms. Sonia Gandhi will be here, who is considered as the person behind Telangana, which was also acknowledged by former Chief Minister Mr. Chandrashekar Rao on the floor of the assembly, stating that without Sonia Gandhi, Telangana wouldn't have been a reality and possibility. So obviously her presence is going to make a huge difference, and that is what the government wants here. That is what the Congress party wants here. And another huge thing, huge difference that is going to be made to these celebrations is the release of the new state song. For the last 10 years, there was no official state song, though the Jai Jai Hai Telangana, written by poet Andhra was considered, the song of the entire agitation. But Mr. Revant Reddy now took it a step forward, recognized it as a state song, and then had made it rewritten in a different way, changing a couple of sentences. And now two versions of this song will be released. One with a shorter version of 2.3 minutes, which will be sung in schools, and another 13.30 minute celebrations. The 13.3-minute song. This song is composed by Oscar-winning music director M.M. Kiravani, who won the Oscar Award for his Natu Natu song in Triple R. Now his composition is also being questioned from a political point of view, because he belongs to the Andhra region. His parents come from Andhra region, though he might be staying in Hyderabad. A lot of BRS leaders have raised this question. A lot of Telangana activists have raised this question that whether there was no worthwhile music composer from Telangana who could have been asked to compose this song. But Mr. Revant Reddy and the entire Congress government went ahead. Now they are going to officially release this song at the celebrations through the hands of Ms. Sonia Gandhi. So that is going to be a major incident, in the celebration for the years to come, because the state song is officially recognized and released on June 2nd. Now, another thing, the government also wanted to release the new state emblem, changing the present emblem, which was adopted by Mr. K. Chandrashekar Rao when he was the chief minister in 2014. They brought in a lot of changes. Of course, now they went back saying that uh, they'll not release it on June 2nd due to some criticism that the government wants to take out the Kakatiya arch, the 12th century monument design, which is identified with Telangana culture. The government wanted to remove it and also remove Charminar, which is identified with Hyderabad, across the world, and replace it with the Telangana Martyrs Memorial, the picture of Telangana Martyrs Memorial. But now the government now has put on hold this proposal to for the changes, and they said they are going to discuss it in the assembly and then release it. So had it been released, I think these would have been two big things in Telangana. As it completes 10 years, and this is going to be a huge affair with a massive public meeting at parade grounds where Ms. Sonia Gandhi will be the chief guest, and later followed by cultural programs on Tank Band, which is in the which was the epicenter of Telangana movement, Telangana agitation. Lots of activity during the Telangana agitation, and the government has planned a lot of cultural activities and a finale with a lot of fireworks to end the show. I think these are the major changes culturally. But politically, I think the Congress is going to make its impact, or wanted to have a mark on the Telangana decennial celebrations, inviting Sonia Gandhi. I think she would be the major difference between what the celebrations were last year and now.
BRS has also lined up a series of programs for the day. Actually, in fact, the BRS is parallelly celebrating the occasion by holding 3 days of celebrations across the state of Telangana. And BRS, in fact, will start off the celebrations from Telangana Bhavan, the party's headquarters, where former Chief Minister K. Chandrashekar Rao, Working President K.T. Ramarao, and the top leaders are expected to host the national flag and then launch the celebration sort of a thing. And then the party has also lined up the second day, June 1st, wherein they will have candlelight rallies paying tributes to the martyrs, followed by June 3rd, where they will have district level meetings where all the leaders are expected to address the party workers and the people on the occasion. So we will see two different celebrations sort of a thing in the run up to the Formation Day celebrations. And in fact,
I think Ravi,
Congress.
I think an important aspect we all missed out is that unlike last year, this year the Congress government wants to invite all the martyrs' families to and felicitate them, in front of the entire crowd and Ms. Sonia Gandhi. And apart from that, another interesting aspect is that Mr. Revant Reddy, the Chief Minister, has written a personal letter to the opposition leader, Mr. Chandrashekar Rao, to come and participate in the celebrations at parade ground. Now he has appointed, has asked the director of protocol and as well as the advisor to government, Mr. Harkar Venugopal, to personally go and hand over the letter. Now they have taken appointment with Mr. Chandrasekhar, but it is not yet confirmed whether he will be attending the celebrations or not, and most probably he may not, citing various reasons. But the government has made its efforts to invite opposition leaders as well, which was actually missing a little bit. There was not much enthusiasm from the opposition parties last year, but now the government, Chief Minister himself has taken a step forward and personally invited Mr. Chandrasekhar Rao and other leaders. I think that is a welcoming sign for a state where the opposition party and the ruling party are at loggerheads on various issues. The Chief Minister has come forward and made a statement that the Congress government is willing to take everyone along in this journey.
In the run up to these celebrations, how do you see the decision of the state government to like change the state emblem, and what's the reaction of the opposition party, particularly the BRS and all the other parties into the issue, and how they have reacted to the developments of Ravikant?
Well, the state emblem, the earlier emblem had the Kakatiya arch and Charminar in it. The Kakatiya arch, everyone knows, it's identified with Telangana culture. It was built, it belongs to the Kakatiya dynasty that ruled Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, the two Telugu speaking states, and parts of Maharashtra from 12th to 14th centuries. Now it is totally culturally associated with Telangana. It's in the psyche of people. Uh, and Charminar, of course, is the identity of Hyderabad, has been the identity of Hyderabad for almost 4 centuries. Now the government deciding to remove them, though officially they are yet to do that, but it has sent indications that they are going to remove both the Kaktiya Arch as well as Charminar for two reasons. Stating they are feudalistic in nature, and they don't want the feudalism and the imperialism of the earlier empires to reflect on the state emblem. The state should belongs to people down. I mean, the downtrodden people have worked, who have worked for the state, who have worked for the liberation, which they call the separation of state from Andhra Pradesh. So the chief minister has identified two important aspects to be included, removing these two. One of them is the Telangana Martyrs Memorial, which was built in the to pay respects to the people who lost their lives in the 1969 movement. That has been the symbol of Telangana agitation and the force of Telangana agitation for almost 5 decades. And to include that, he says, this belongs to the people who were martyred for the cause of Telangana in the last 5 decades. So that actually represents the people of Telangana, is the argument of the Congress government. And Charminar, of course, he says, of course, we respect Charminar or the Kuli Qutub Shah, the dynasty that actually, ruled this part. But again, Charminar reflects some kind of feudalism, so he wanted to remove that. The AIMIM, which now strongly opposed it, as well as the BRS has opposed it, saying that they are the real identity of Hyderabad and that cannot be removed. Interestingly, the BJP is silent on this. They have not reacted, or they have not been very vocal about these changes so far. One can understand they have not reacted for the removal of Charminar for the kind of political discourse they practice. But they have also not reacted much on the idea to remove the Kaktiya Arch. So it has to be seen, what kind of route the government takes now, because the government has postponed the idea of changing the emblem as of now, though it has leaked some images which are being on rounds on social media. But the government, the CM himself has admitted that these are not true, and the government would come out with the real emblem soon, and he would take everyone into confidence, and the issue will be discussed in the assembly. The views of the historians, MLAs, the opposition parties will be taken before effecting those changes.
Yeah, in the entire scenario of two parallel celebrations, one is the official celebration and the second one being the BRS celebration, where does the BJP stand? It has not yet announced any sort of programs lined up for the occasion, sort of a thing. So last year, the union government also went out of way and elaborately held a state formation day celebration, sort of a thing. So this year, we don't find the BJP making any grandiose announcement as of now. So how do we see this development, sort of?
Well, interestingly, the BJP is silent on a lot of these things, but the changes to the emblem and also to the changes in the state song and celebrations. They're actually the muted celebrations at the BJP office. They have not, in fact, announced any major celebrations. Perhaps they would be part of the state government celebrations, but on their own, they have not announced any major celebrations so far. I think that would be limited to the party office, where they would, celebrate within the party office by the senior leadership, and and also the MLAs and the sitting MLAs and MPs. But interestingly, last year it was a huge affair for BJP as well. And the reason was quite simple, because last year was an election year, and everyone wanted to, take out a pie in the Telangana cake and make use of it. But now this year it's quite surprising, and so far they have not reacted to anything. They have not announced. They have neither been quite vocal about the changes to celebration or inviting Miss Sonia Gandhi. There have been some muted responses on inviting Miss Sonia Gandhi from the BJP, but the big leaders, the state president, Mr. Kishan Reddy, or the other top leaders have not either reacted, welcomed, or condemned her participation in the celebrations.
Yeah, it's now interesting time for the state of Telangana as we prepare ourselves for the celebrations on June 2nd, with the government going out of way to have a grand celebration. At the same time, the BRS also pitching in with a parallel celebration sort of a thing, and then celebrations, and the response from the public is also very average sort of a thing. No much hype is being created about the celebrations as of now, unlike the 2014 celebrations that we had witnessed over a decade ago. But let's see and watch how the celebrations go on in the presence of Miss Sonia Gandhi at the celebrations, and what she speaks about the state of Telangana and its development in the last 10 years. This is going to be an interesting time for all of us. And I thank Ravikant Reddy and my colleague Rajiv for joining us in this discussion on celebrations of